Hey everyone, my name is Marina McKean. I'm the Content Project Manager here at ClearVoice. Joining me today is Nina Kulenkampff to take the ClearVoice Questionnaire. Okay, let's get into it.
Hi.
So, Nina, what is the most used app on your phone?
TikTok. It's TikTok. I am an older millennial, but let's not pretend that app isn't actually for millennials, because it is. Like, I have found my people on that app.
Definitely. I also use TikTok. I actually got asked the questionnaire a few weeks ago, and that was also my answer. But I was like, I'm sorry, it's TikTok.
Why
So,
are we ashamed? Because I feel like that is where I get all my information of like what's happening in the world, whether it is actually important politics or whether it is politics between like diss tracks. It's a whole thing. It's a vibe. But yes, TikTok, and I'm not ashamed.
I love it. Perfect. Okay. What's something big or small that you're really good at?
Pattern recognition. So
I love it.
that is, I know it's so random, but it's actually everything from predicting what's going to happen in movies or series, like from one scene to the next. I'm like, that's going to happen. Yeah. So pattern recognition. I think that's why I also love being an editor. So pattern recognition really comes in handy when you're writing and editing, because you can just speed read and pick up where something is which shouldn't belong. Whether that's grammar, punctuation, words, it all just like it gets like jumps out at you when there something is where it shouldn't belong.
Oh, that's such a good point. That's so cool. Awesome. Perfect. Do you have any specific rituals that help you get into the writing flow?
Yes. So there's an Argentinian bakery that just opened down the road, and every single morning without fail, I have to go get a pastry, a media luna, and a very strong flat white from the people there. And I can't get into a groove if I haven't started my day off that way.
I love
Everything
that.
else can go out the window. Routine, children, dogs, kids, husband, everything can go crazy. But if I have my media luna and my flat white, I am fine. I will be fine.
I love it. And that is so funny because my next question for you is how do you take your coffee? So maybe explain to me what is a flat white?
A flat white is like a cappuccino. It's just a little less foamy, if that makes sense. But I basically have a cortado. So the coffee needs to be so strong that when you put a teaspoon in it, it like stays upright. It's a German saying, but very, very, very strong.
Perfect. Okay. What is your favorite board game?
That's a mean question to ask. Like immediately I want to say Catan, but I'm uh, Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit. Does that count as a board game or not?
I think so. Yeah. I'll take it for
Okay, in
sure.
that case, I'll say Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit, except no one ever wants to play with me.
Ah, that is too bad. I feel like board games need more people who are passionate about them. I love board games and no one ever wants to play with me either. So, too bad we're not a little closer. We could play board
I
games together.
know.
Awesome. Okay. What is one thing you're currently trying to make a habit?
Exercising. I know it's the wrong time of year in South Africa because it is winter, but exercising is a habit that I'm trying to get into, and I'm doing that with an app called Zombies Run. It's an immersive app that kind of gets you like to run away from zombies. It's the only way that I've ever managed to exercise more than like once a week.
That is so fun. I love that people think of things like that. Like, I would never think to either download or to make an app where zombies are chasing you, but it's so efficient. And I think that is so fun.
But my ADHD brain really struggles so much with exercising because I get so incredibly bored so quickly. And
Right.
this app, I mean, there are like Marvel scenarios and Greek god scenarios and World War II scenarios, and you just get immersed in the scenario and you are running and picking up supplies, and then you are hiding from zombies, and then you are like running towards a compound. It's just there's always something going on, which I absolutely appreciate about the app because it keeps me entertained.
Perfect. Have you ever taken on a writing project that pushed you out of your comfort zone?
Oh yes. I've been at it. I've been at this for a while, so there have been a couple of pieces that have pushed me out of my comfort zone completely to the point where sometimes you have to call it a day when something is too far out of your wheelhouse, because fake it till you make it only gets you so far. Specific piece that has pushed me out of my comfort zone is getting through like some personal finance pieces initially years ago. I write personal finance now. I'm quite comfortable with it, but I think it made me cry. It made me cry a few times, but I got through it. I got a lot of help and support from the team. But yeah, it was a rough one for me. But it also taught me that you can push through and make it work, but maybe next time don't take on a piece if you don't think you're a right fit for it. So that was the lesson learned.
Absolutely. If it helps, personal finance still makes me cry. So perfect. What is one thing that can instantly make your day better?
My 2.5-year-old. She is so cute. It's a bit of a cliche, but I really don't care because she is just that adorable. She's 2.5 and she speaks in full sentences, so we have big conversations. She's pretty cool. She's a cool little human.
I cannot believe she's already 2.5 years old. I remember when you went out for a little while on mat leave, and that feels like it was just this year. I cannot believe she's 2.5. So that is so
Yeah.
exciting. And I love when they get to the age where you can have those conversations because they're like your best friend in the littlest form. So
Exactly. Like she just said to me the other day, "Are you kidding me? Like, where does she even get that? Like, I'm like, are you serious?" She's like 2 going on 20.
adorable. Okay. If you could snap your fingers and become an expert in one thing, what would it be?
Puzzles. I'm really good at puzzles. I think it has to do with that pattern recognition that I was talking about. But like an expert, there are people who compete in puzzles. I know this isn't necessarily very profound or significant in the larger scheme of things, but how cool would that be if I was like a professional puzzle builder and that's what I got paid for and recognized for and like acknowledged for? Like that would be cool.
So cool to be able to be an expert in something you love. Like, I feel like a lot of people think, oh, I would be an expert in my job or this industry. But I think when it's something that you love and you're able to be an expert in that, it just makes it even more exciting. Okay, next question for you. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
Keep the will to live.
You know what? That works. Perfect.
I'm sorry. Like, we all have those days when it is just impossible and you just do not know how you're going to do it. And my catchphrase is like, I'm just going to keep the will to live. Everything else will fall into place. And for the rest of my life, I feel like that will be applicable.
Yes. I love that. I think it's a very logical perspective and it keeps you going.
It can be a little bit morbid as well, but like, let's see it in a more positive context.
Definitely. Perfect. Okay. Well, that was my last question for you. Nina, thank you so much for joining us today and taking the ClearVoice Questionnaire.
Thank you for having me. It has been a hoot.